I just want to start off this video by showing you exactly what's got me so giddy today. I feel like, Santa Claus just visited me and I got the bicycle that I'd always wanted and 5 puppies to go along with that bicycle and an endless supply of chocolate. So I saw this today and I just had a huge smile on my face. This is the Billboard Top 100 current album sales in the world for every genre. The Evolution of Tears, which is Troy and I's debut album with The Gentleman, has peaked at number 22 in the world right now, even beating out K-pop group Twice and The Weeknd. We beat K-pop. K-pop is dead now. Now those fan cams are going to be overrun with The Gentlemen footage, where we're tossing around giant 3-foot dildos and shit. Of course, the Twice album, as well as like The Weeknd, they've been on the charts for like 22, 24 weeks now, so they've run their course, but it doesn't matter. We're on top. It's our time to shine, baby. The Gentleman is known for their innovative styles, such as on 2019 Guy, Cuckcore, a pioneer, the first of its kind in the genre, as well as Skynut with its Semen Power robot synthwave. It's about time an album with real heart and soul, like The Evolution of Tears, is recognized globally. Being completely genuine, I just want to say thank you all so much. This is a project Troy and I put so much time and passion into. Of course, all of the songs are jokes, they're not meant to be taken super seriously or anything, but a ton of work did go into making them and producing them, and it's just been such a fun project, and to see it at number 22 in the world is an unreal feeling. And I just wanted to give like a super sincere thank you to everyone who purchased The Evolution of Tears, or even just enjoyed the music, listened to it on Spotify or watched on YouTube or whatever. It just means a ton. There's actually a couple things I want to talk about in this video, and they're not all related to the album. It's just I've been getting a lot of the same questions recently, so I figured I should address them in a video. The first one's about the Moist White t-shirt we put up for sale last month. People have been asking if it's ever going to be restocked, and the answer is yes. The Moist White tee is back in stock at charlieswhiteshirt.com, so you can go there if you want to get one. And now we also have the shirt in black. It's made with the same extremely comfortable material as the white shirt, and I swear to God, wearing the Moist shirt just feels more comfortable than your own skin. It's an ethereal experience. It's what I imagine the clouds in heaven must feel like to lay down on. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description below. I'm going to go ahead and let you all in on a little secret that I don't usually like to talk about. I find it to be a pretty embarrassing and shameful period in my life. I wasn't always this hulking, masculine, testosterone titan, 5'6", greasy, chiseled, anime-enjoying specimen of a man that I am today. In fact, there was actually a time in my life where I was a child. And I do mean that in the very literal sense. I was a toddler. I know it's cringe, and I'm certainly not proud of it, but it's true. I actually started as a child. And as a kid growing up, music just played such an important role in my development. I viewed music like magic, but I never really knew how to find it, so I'd only ever really listen to music in the context of anime music videos like Dragon Ball Z set to Linkin Park's Place for My Head, or, the Dragon Ball Z Trunks movie that had By Myself playing. And that's how I really got into music. Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory, that album literally made me sentient. It put a soul in my body. I listened to it every fucking day on those anime music videos. I used to download them from LimeWire and Aries. If anyone remembers Aries, probably none of you do. Only like 9 psychopaths in the world, including myself, used it. Aries was like this little cum dumpster to LimeWire. It wasn't nearly as popular, but I just wanted more anime music videos because that's how I got my music. It wasn't just Linkin Park, but you had like Kryptonite from Three Doors Down for the Final Fantasy VIII music video where he's got a butterfly in his finger and he shoots it when he says, "If I go crazy, will you still call me Superman?" Shit like that. Music was just such a big part of my childhood. And I never envisioned a world where I'd ever actually be talented enough to create music of my own or be involved in musical projects because I just wasn't gifted in that field. I tried singing when I was younger. I took guitar lessons for a few years to try and learn the guitar. I was never good at it. Tried piano, never good at it. Eventually, going into high school, I gave up on anything music related in terms of creating it. But of course, I always had that fantasy of being able to make music in the back of my head. And then in 2019, the dream was realized. I actually met Troy because I was a big fan of his musical project Soul State, and he actually reached out to me. We got in touch and we created 2019 Guy together, and from there it blossomed into a beautiful friendship as well as a beautiful project with The Gentlemen. And to see where it is today is just truly special. I would have never imagined I'd ever be a part of something like this. I want to make it very clear, Troy is truly the heart and soul of the group. Troy is the one that does all of the musical creation, and anything like music related, it is Troy behind it. I do like vocal melodies as well as lyrics. Troy is the actual powerhouse making it happen and making it sound amazing. So I just want to make that super clear now. Troy is just the fucking man. So again, the fact that this project has gotten to where it is absolutely mind-blowing, and we couldn't say thank you enough to everyone who's just enjoyed the tunes, the boner jams we've been pumping out. The next thing I want to talk about is Godslap. Godslap is the graphic novel that Danny, Jackson, Matt, and I have been working on for almost 2 years now. In the middle of last year, we put out the prologue, and I'm sure if you purchased a copy, you know just how fucking awful the shipping process was. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. This ass was stinky. It truly was. We used a fulfillment center that we thought we could trust. They had a very good reputation, and it was a complete and utter disaster. Nothing was efficient. It took months for people to get the actual prologue books as well as posters, and some people just genuinely never got them. So it's been a lot of refunds and a lot of headache. We've of course moved away from using this fulfillment center and have transitioned to a completely different group that we have been working with very closely over the last few months to make sure that it will be smooth this time around. You know, the comics actually bagged and boarded this time. The last one didn't do that, so a lot of comics arrived to people damaged. They didn't even ship the posters and comics at the same time and told us that's normal, whereas this new fulfillment center says that's a fucking horrible idea. So really, everything that could have gone wrong with fulfillment did go wrong with the prologue, and I just want to really apologize for how awful that process was, and just know we've been working really hard over the last few months with a different group in order for it to be a much better and efficient process. But since it's been so much with this other group and setting it all up, it's pushed back our release date on issue 1. We originally wanted it up at the end of last year, but with all of this, it's just pushed that release back. So we're hoping issue 1 will be fully ready to go out within the next month or so, and we're extremely excited about it. I also want to apologize for the radio silence on all the official Godslap channels for not keeping people updated. It's just been such a headache with all of this. And now really the last thing that I wanted to briefly cover is the Microsoft buying Activision for $68 billion. So Activision Blizzard's now owned by Microsoft, and people just keep asking what I think. And my thoughts on it are super brief. I think it's the best thing that could have happened to Activision Blizzard. Their games were getting so fucking stale. They were spiraling downward constantly. So I think Microsoft buying them is the best thing that could have happened to those games. And Bobby Kotick stepping down is a blessing. Bobby Kotick's a fucking menace. The guy's an actual fiend. So him being replaced by Phil Spencer is great. And I think there's a real chance the games get better, or at the very least change in an attempt to be better, which is already more than is currently happening with Activision Blizzard properties. So I just think it's an overall good thing for gamers who like those games. So that's really like my main thoughts on it. Huge fucking deal. Like $68 billion is fucking nutty. And that's a little alarming. They have that kind of money to toss around for something like that, a big acquisition like that. But I think Phil Spencer has proven himself to at least care about games more than Activision Blizzard has in the last 10 years. So I'm optimistic that it'll be a good thing for all of those properties. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah,